is up, Ninja? So a question that I get all the time is, should you as a private label seller compete against Amazon as the seller of a product, right? And so the answer actually might surprise you guys, so stay till the end and we're going to answer whether it's a good idea to compete against Amazon. Alright guys, so should you compete against Amazon as a seller, right? And so one of the cool ways that I've actually learned to do product research is actually by looking at what Amazon is selling as a way to kind of be almost positive that the products that they're selling are profitable FBA products to sell, because Amazon is very consistent about dropping products that are non-profitable immediately and then pursuing greater products that are profitable, right? And so one of the ways that you can kind of let Amazon use all of their proprietary data to help you as a seller is let them do the product research for you, right? And so they have a ton of different products, right? So if you just come into the Amazon Basics section, right, they have home, audio, camera accessories, batteries, office accessories, right? But one of the ways that I like to do it is actually in this hidden menu here, right? So I've opened up a couple categories that I like selling kind of out of all the different ones that they're offering that I think are the best fit for private label. And so in real time, we're just going to go through a couple of these, right? So outdoors from Amazon Basic. So some of this stuff, right, blow inflatables, if you can get the quality there to not pop, is always good, right? Only 46 reviews here. Self-inflating compressible pillow, right? There's only 4 stars, so there's definitely some availability to improve the quality. Only 35 reviews, and between $15 and $18 is a great price as far as FBA, right? Only 16 reviews here. Right, so already there's 4, right? 0 reviews on this, and if Amazon's selling it, it must mean something, right? It could be one that they're gonna drop, but it's at least worth reviewing, right? And so what I do next after I identify a few Amazon products to sell is I just quickly jot down the main associated keywords with these products, right? So I can do my own independent research. So self-inflating air pad. Right, so that'll be the first one. Self-inflating compressible air pillow. Right, and these don't have to be exact, guys. It doesn't always have to be self-inflating. You could do just air pillow, right, and do your own research that way. But Amazon is just such a valuable resource for doing product research for you that it's definitely worth looking at all these. So portable folding fire pit, right, and we're noticing a theme here. Portable is something that Amazon likes to do, right? So elevated pet bed and placement cover set, right? And so let's look at a couple of these. So all category, and let's do self-inflating air pad. Right, and so we're seeing some sponsored product results, right? So that's always a good sign. It means that people are spending money on PPC and that it's worthwhile for them. Here's a non-related product and a tent, so you know that's not necessarily the best sign, but if you look at all of these, there's a ton of room for improvement. They look like they're all pretty much 4 stars or lower. And look, here we go. Look at that. 30,000, 40,000 a month, 35,000 a month, right? 4 stars. Look at all these. There's tons of room for improvement here, guys. And there's a ton of different brands, right? Amazon Basics is at the front. $34 is a great price point. And just as we keep going down here, right, 23,000, 35 reviews, right? And this was our very first search using Amazon as the product research tool, right? So we're letting them use all of their proprietary data. They have access to all the different sales, right? So they can make really informed decisions about where they're pursuing their own private label products through Amazon Basics and their other sellers. And so, you know, I would take a bunch of these, right? We can, without even extracting all the pages like you guys know I want to, if you have watched any of my other videos, let's just do a quick filter, right? And so, I mean, pretty much all of them are already still there. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Look at this, 52,000 with 19 reviews. $35 price point, includes a bag, right, includes a pillow. There's a differentiation already, right, because Amazon's not going to, you know, continually iterate and update their listings. They're not going to change, you know, their PPC campaigns. They're not going to take new photos. They're not going to play around with titles and paragraphs. They just get the listing up and they sell it for the cheapest price, right? It's usually the most basic. And if you add things that add value, like a carrying case, right, like a pillow that's part of it, you know, that's something that can differentiate, right? And so, a lot of these look like they have the case, right? There's different styles of mattresses. But I mean, look at this. In real life, I promise you guys, that was the very first time I've ever looked at that. We found, 6 different products all doing incredible numbers with a really reasonable amount of reviews that we could enter into the marketplace, right? And so I would add all of these to my cart. I would eye track 999 cart method them for 5 to 7 days or until I saw a pattern. And from there, I would just go ahead and contact suppliers using the methods that I taught you guys how to do in our suppliers section of our course. Right, so definitely make sure you check that out if you need help with getting the best prices on Alibaba, protecting yourself, protecting your investment, and making sure that you find the best freight forwarders and the best prices on that. Right, and so let's do one more example. So that was outdoor camping. Right, there's office accessories, storage and organization, camera accessories, bath accessories, kitchen and dining, sports accessories, pet supplies. Right, these are just my personal favorites. They're what I've had success with in the past. Um, right, so these are all furniture covers. Right, so patio cover, table patio cover. Right, so let's take a look at this. Furniture covers. Right, like I would never even think in a million years to sell these, but obviously there's a huge demand for it, right? There's both indoor, outdoor, different seasonal potentially, maybe some covers that have to do with pet hair, right? And so when you're thinking about these things, you're constantly asking yourself, where could I differentiate? How could I add value and things like that, right? And so we're looking at this 43,000, right? There's a ton of reviews here, so it might not be the best to try to get into, right? 30,000. There's obviously volume here, but it doesn't have the reviews. It doesn't have as few reviews as we normally like to look at when we're coming into a market, right? And so you can play around here, guys. Like I'm doing this in real time to try to simulate, just how easy it is for you guys to do once you have the methods down, which I'm teaching you guys, right? And so this was actually one of the ones we looked at just recently from the other section, elevated pet stand and replacement cover, right? And so obviously there's some demand for it. The cat tree dog slow feeder bowl for anti-bloating. Worried about your dog bloating. Yeah, so I mean, those are some interesting ones. Let's take a look at one more just to kind of show you guys. Kitchen and dining is obviously one of the most popular sections in all of FBA just because there's so many different things that people need when they're, in their kitchen and things like that, right? Silicone hot handle holder, that's obviously a really wonderful product. It's a low price point, but this costs next to nothing. It's basically unbreakable and costs nothing to ship. Right, so if we're looking through some of these, 3-piece bamboo cutting board, right? Terrible ratings, pretty cheap though. So that might be one to get into, right? So there's not too many in here. So maybe a 65-piece home repair kit, only $35 price point. You can get that from a hardware manufacturer. Might be worth pursuing, right? And so let's take a look just maybe at one more. Cotton beach towel, right? Rust-resistant shower hooks. Just a straight up flash for DSLR cameras, right? And this is a great niche because photographers are very passionate about what they do and they're willing to spend a little bit more for premium products and things like that. Right, and so I mean just play around, guys. And the best part about looking around at Amazon. Amazon sellers or products that Amazon is selling is that you really don't have to just buy or just buy into the fact that these Amazon products are the only thing that you could potentially get into, right? Because once you identify like the sort of product that is profitable, right, then you can kind of get your head around the whole process and get to kind of spot the same characteristics that different products are having that become profitable, right? And so golf shoe bags, right? So we're looking at the customer who also bought this item. So this is the original Amazon Basics garment bag, right? Like you can put anything in here for, clothes or whatever it is, right? And if you're selling something similar, you can look at Amazon's photos that I'm sure that they've obviously, quantitatively tested to be, what people want to see when they're looking for these products, right? But things like this, right? Golf shoe bags. Like I would never in a million years think that that was, a product category itself, much less selling a pack of 5 nylon shoe bags, right? And so these are the type of random products that you need to look at and you need to just play around with, guys. And so with this method, I've found a ton of different products that I never would have thought about before. Just using Amazon, using their troves of data, their proprietary data on sales and what's selling, and thinking the fact that they're probably getting a very good price from this on their manufacturers to make the maximum profit. And so it just jump in, play around, look at Amazon basics, right? They update it all the time. Use them as inspiration. Look at related categories. Track all these different products until you find some winners, guys. So I hope that was helpful. Alright guys, I hope that answers your question about whether it's a good idea or not to sell against Amazon. And so if this was helpful to you guys, definitely make sure that you're joining our Facebook group and you're subscribing. We're going to continue bringing you only the best available content on Amazon FBA.